Hello, this is artist Jan Larsen speaking to you from my beautiful production studios in River Valley, Singapore, and welcome to Robertson House, venue for my latest exhibition called New Normal. It's also home base for myself, my wife, and our newborn daughter, Emma. I started growing my production studios for Asia in Singapore back in 2018 when I had my first show here in the Little India section of this city. And since then, I've been working with my production teams in the States, in China, and increasingly in Singapore. Then the COVID-19 pandemic struck. And when Singapore came out of lockdown in June of 2020, I and my team started working up new works for the new show called New Normal. And we finished with 39 new paintings, prints, and sculptures, which are currently on view at Robertson House in River Valley. It was during this period that I first started to think about how can I give back to Singapore? How can I be a part of the community where I live, work, and now have a young family? So I launched JLA Cares in the same week as opening the new exhibition. And the mission of JLA Cares is to support causes that I and we find are important. Causes like social services, the environment, and education. For the New Normal show, I'm pleased that as JLA Cares, we've had the privilege of supporting Samaritans of Singapore in crisis intervention and suicide prevention. Mental health is a huge concern, especially in the arts. I myself have had early heroes like Vincent van Gogh and Mark Rothko who suffered terribly from their illnesses and eventually succumbed, robbing us all of the great gifts that they could have brought. Mental health is even more of a concern during the pandemic. Our friends at Samaritans of Singapore have told us that anxiety levels are on the rise. With the economic downturn, unemployment, social distancing, and decreased social interaction, this has all combined to create an urgent need for us to have open conversations about our struggles. And a call on each of us as friends and neighbors to be in touch with those we feel who may be on the fringes of society. The Samaritans of Singapore tell us that there were 400 suicides in Singapore in 2019. Each suicide is a shocking tragedy and a terrible loss. Here are a few other quick facts about suicide in Singapore from the Samaritans of Singapore. Suicide is the leading cause of death for those aged 10 to 29. There were 3 times more deaths from suicide than transport accidents in 2019. Males accounted for more than 66% of all suicides in 2019. And for every suicide, there are at least 6 survivors left behind. To aid Samaritans of Singapore in their important work, JLA Cares and Robertson House Auctions will be hosting an online auction this coming Friday, the 18th of December at 7 o'clock Singapore time. Half of the proceeds will go to Samaritans of Singapore, and the other half will go to participating artists and organizations. You have the chance to own a work of art and to support the work of the Samaritans of Singapore at the same time. I urge you to check out the items on offer at robertsonhouseauctions.com, and the auction will be live streamed this coming Friday, the 18th of December at 7 p.m. From our home to yours, happy holidays, and thank you.